Samsung Galaxy S3 renders get leaked. Google Nexus tablet rumors start getting strong. And the HTC One X and S is closer to a store near you. All this and more coming up right now. Hello everyone, I'm Jaime with Pocketnow and welcome to Android Revolution, the show where we go through what's hot and what's not inside the world of Google's Android project. Let's start this week off with what's hot. Even if you were to launch as many versions of the Galaxy Nexus as you wanted, sadly, none of these smartphones can beat the Samsung Galaxy S2 in performance. The Exynos processor is the benchmark processor to beat, and we've got images of the roadmap coming up. So far, two informations here are very important. First of all is the possibility to mix LTE and quad-core processors together. Any of you that know the story of the HTC One X bringing quad-core to Europe, it's sadly not the same for the United States because it can't mix LTE with quad-core. We'll be happy to know that probably the next generation Samsung Galaxy S3 could probably bring it. And second is the fact that it will support DirectX 11 with the GPU, so really good information coming from Samsung. And other than that, we've also got leaked renders of what to expect from the Samsung Galaxy S3. Now, the renders look a lot like the Galaxy S2, not that it was ugly anyways. It's a very beautiful phone, so this design could probably just get better materials for the future because the current Galaxy Nexus and Galaxy S2 are a little bit too plasticky. Let's see what happens. The only thing better than getting an ASUS Transformer Prime Infinity 700 is having ASUS manufacture the next Google Nexus tablet. Rumors are strong that we will be getting a Nexus tablet eventually, and apparently ASUS is going to be the manufacturer. Now, let's hope it's not going to be the same deal we got with the Motorola Xoom in the past with Honeycomb, because that was apparently the Nexus stock Android tablet, but still it seems that we will be having that Nexus tablet, but that's not really the most important news here. Apparently it seems that Google plans to bring you the cheapest tablet in the market with their Nexus tablet. Hopefully that doesn't mean cheap specs. Hopefully we will be getting great specs like the quad-core processor that we already know from Tegra. And hopefully, again, we will be getting this Nexus tablet eventually soon, no matter the price now. Imagine the ASUS Pad phone being transformed into the next Nexus device that's also the next Nexus tablet. That'll be my device. Out of this week's coverage, make sure you catch Michael Fisher's recent round of videos on how to get Android 4.0 ice cream sandwich to run on none other than your HP touchpad. So far so good, even though we thought the thing was dead. Other than that, also catch Joe Levi's recent round of videos of his Android Guy Weekly editorial. This time he's talking about why you should root your phone or why you should not root your phone. To root or not to root? That is the question. Aside from that, also catch Dickie Adams' recent review of the Samsung Galaxy Tab 7.7 from Verizon. If you remember in the past, Brandon went through the Wi-Fi model, and so far, well, Dickie gave it 3.5 stars out of 5. Catch the link in the description to see why. And finally, make sure you catch the Sony Xperia S review, which also made 4 stars out of 5, even though it was a really good phone. Catch the link in the description to see why. Now let's talk about ROMs. We recently heard that HTC released their full source code for their recent flagship devices, at least the ones that are still on the market, the Sensation XC, and the Vivid. And we also know that Samsung came up and said, okay, here's the source code for the Samsung Galaxy S2 for Android 4.0 ice cream sandwich also. Now another interesting thing is the fact that, well, we don't have the HTC One X on the market yet, but we recently got a leaked full version of the ROM, and we also got a rooted thing. So we all know that the chefs are going to be busy from now on, so stay tuned for XDA developers for that. Aside from that, and now talking about HTC, is the fact that they recently sent out invitations for a Sprint HTC event to happen on April 4th. And guess what? Their CEO and HTC president are going to be there. So could this be the launch of the HTC official devices for the United States, bringing either the One X or the One S? Hopefully that's going to be the case, so stay tuned for our full coverage on the event. And hey, speaking of Sprint, we also have new rumors that Sprint plans to finally bring their LTE version of the Galaxy Nexus to the market. Now, obviously, what's first, the chicken or the egg? Obviously, we need LTE from Sprint to be launched for whenever we're going to get the LTE variant of the Galaxy Nexus for Sprint, but apparently it seems that they're all planning to have everything launched in mid-April. Interesting enough is to see that we have an HTC event being launched on early April, and then we have apparently another event to launch their Galaxy Nexus. So hopefully these would happen at the same time we're also going to be getting the LG Viper, which barely made some news at CES. So stay tuned to see what happens with Sprint, because obviously they've been a little quiet this year. Hopefully they will be working on bringing something compelling to the market. Alright, so that does it for What's Hot. Let's continue on with What's Not, and tell me, what's the only reason why you would pay the full unsubsidized price for a Nexus smartphone? Well, on my list, the only reason is because I want Android to be pushed to me whenever it comes out, and I have to wait for carriers and manufacturers to decide when they want to do it. Sadly, it seems that the Nexus S didn't get that memo, because it was months ago that Android 4.0 Ice Cream Sandwich was launched, and it was also months ago that we came out with our video of the leaked version coming to the Nexus S, but sadly, the official ROM is not out there, either for the Nexus S or the Nexus S 4G. The question's why. I mean, the Galaxy Nexus is the only device right now, well, that got pushed Android 4.0 Ice Cream Sandwich out of the box, but then eventually, we're still waiting for the update to be official for the Nexus S. There's no point in having to root your device to be able to do this. If Google's promise is that this is the real Android smartphone, you have to wait for anything. So, not sure what's going on with the Nexus S. Google came on record to say that we were going to get it in the next coming weeks. It's coming real soon. Sadly, I mean, what's the point? Might as well just go for anything else. I mean, right now we've got, what, HTC devices and Samsung devices already getting Ice Cream Sandwich, and the Nexus S hasn't. What's going on? But that's it for today's show. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Jaime Rivera. Remember to give us a thumbs up if you like what you saw. That's it for now. Make sure you catch Michael Fisher's recent round of videos on how to root Android 4.0. My dogs are barking. Out of this week's coverage, make sure you catch Michael Fisher's recent